Welcome everybody. Today we're gonna look at my finished Izamu model, which I renamed Kanyu, or Guan Yu, from the Romance of Three Kingdoms, based on what now he's known as the God of Loyalty. I will link the picture which I based him on below, but basically as you can see the cloth is of course green, and the armor was yellow. Some of the armor is in the pictures are gold, but to me, you don't really go to battle in gold armor, so it didn't make sense to me. So I decided to paint it yellow instead for contrast. And for contrast, I decided to actually shade the yellow in brown because, well, firstly, it's I think it's a great contrast. It's the dark, and it doesn't look too out of place. And more to say, this is a model which has been raised from the dead as resurrectionist factions. So I think the brown worked well. Gave it nice contrast. So let's go with that. Another contrasting color I went for was the red. Because he's also known as the red-faced god, so his face was going to be red anyway. So I decided the rest of it just to add reds all around. And of course, the important part of the character of Guan Yu is his famous Guan Tao, his famous blade, which was really long, super heavy. And I decided to do that because this originally didn't have this entire section. So I decided to extend it with the end of a toothpick, which had this nice auto metal part here. And to give it that weight, I did it with the same wood paneling as my rest of my Malifaux models. I decided to add a hole, as you can see, and then add pieces around it. Look like he had crushed it down and raised up the blade. Keep it nice and simple with the base. Don't take away too much from the model. And yep, basically then also just for the banners, I decided to edit the name. This is a Japanese one. To keep it, like I say, I like to keep it simple, keep it nice. And the hair, the character hair in history was black, so I kept it that. Like I say, try to keep the theme to the model. Like I say, I always paint for theme. Makes it much more enjoyable thinking about the history of the person once you paint it. And if you look at the model from Weird, or where the arrows pierce on, they had all this OSL coming out. But for me, the heart and soul of it will be from the head, so I kept all the OSL up there. And because I'm not super practiced at it, I also wanted to keep it in a smaller area. Want to keep it enjoyable, don't want to keep repainting. So let's just see if we can get some of that OSL. There you go. I think it came out quite well actually. Yeah, looks very nice. Painted white first in the middle, then going out with watered down ultramarine. I mean, the very bright ultramarine blue, then go further out with a darker shade all the way to at the end using blue wash to just make sure it doesn't look like lines. I have links to the pictures below, and you can have a closer look. And yeah, I hope it represents the character well. Let me know what you think, and till next word.